Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's practice is a fluid, full body stretch and strength Vinyasa flow set to an intermediate level. Let's begin comfortably seated, centered on the mat. With your hands on your lap, roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale deeply, expanding your belly and chest. And exhale fully through the mouth, a cleansing breath. One more just like that. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale out the mouth, relaxing into the comfortable seat. Seal your lips and inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Let's continue a nice even rhythm of breath, now and throughout the rest of class. Slowly make your way into tabletop centered on your mat, with hands under shoulders and knees under hips. On an exhale, round out to cat pose. Relax your neck. Inhale through cow, arching your back, looking upward. Exhale, press into your hands, a nice back stretch, cat pose. Inhale, arch your spine and open your heart through cow. One more cat pose. One last cow pose. From a flat back, come into child's pose. Big toes touch, hips to heels. From here, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Then lower your head down. Option to use your right arm as a pillow. Keep the left arm reaching long and breathe deep into this left side body stretch. Now walk through to center and over to your left side of the mat. Option to use your left arm as a pillow. Keep your right arm extended and breathe deep into this right side body lateral stretch. Slowly walk your hands back to center, child's pose. Lower your head and pause for a breath. On your next inhale, slide your heart through and forward into a baby cobra pose, lowering the hips, lifting the heart. And exhale to lower your head down to the ground. 2 more times. Inhale, press up, perhaps a little deeper. Exhale to lower, forehead down. One more. Inhale, lift your chin slightly. And exhale, forehead to the ground. Press back to knees and tuck your toes. Hips to heels for child's pose with a foot stretch. Stay here for several breaths, breathing into your feet. On your next inhale, rise up through downward facing dog. Take some movement, perhaps bending one knee at a time deeply, stretching out through your whole back body, pressing into your hands. We'll stay for just a little while here. Find stillness in down dog and take a big inhale. Then exhale to lunge your right foot between your hands and lower the back knee to the ground. Untuck your back toes. From here, dynamic movement. Begin to shift the hips back and forth, lengthening and bending back into your front knee. Do what feels good, go at your own pace, and stay anchored in on the breath. Roll forward into a lunge. With your left hand on the ground, reach your right arm high to a twist and stay for a couple more long, deep breaths. Now exhale the top hand down and send your front leg high to the sky for three-legged dog. Bend into the knee and open the hip wide. Exhale to lower your right foot to match left. Inhale. Exhale lunges the left foot between your hands, lower the back knee. From your low lunge, begin to take dynamic movement on this side, shifting the hips back and forth, moving at your own pace and with your breath. From your next lunge, take the twisted variation, sweeping the left arm high, gazing up to your top thumb. Breathe a few more long, deep breaths here. Now lower the top hand and send your front leg high to the sky. Bend through the knee, shine it high, hug the heel towards the hip. Then lower your left foot to match right. Pause for a breath in downward facing dog. Now walk your feet only halfway up the mat to a shorter stance, down dog. Take a moment bending one knee deeply at a time. From here, walk your feet through between your hands and separate the feet hip distance. Take a half lift inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold over gently bent legs. Relax your neck. Option for hands to elbows in ragdoll. Take any organic movements here that feel nice, releasing the back body, perhaps a sway from side to side. All right, now come through center, plant your hands and press to a half lift, inhale. Exhale lunges the left foot back. Pause in runner's lunge. Gaze forward. On your next exhale, step back to a plank pose and hold from knees or toes. Try not to hang your head and draw your belly button inward. Just one more big breath in. Exhale, lower everything to the ground. Inhale, press up to cobra pose. Exhale, lower down. Press back to knees, tuck toes, downward facing dog pose, and hold for a few more breaths. On your next exhale, lunge your right foot through to runner's lunge. Pause for a moment here. Then step your back foot to the top of your mat. With a long spine, fold over legs. Inhale, press to half lift. Exhale, lunges your right foot down the mat. Pause in runner's lunge. And on your next exhale, step back to plank. Holding plank, be strong and breathe deeply. Exhale to lower down to the ground. Inhale, rise up to cobra pose. Exhale, lower down, and from knees or toes, press back to downward facing dog pose. Let's hold for a little while, lengthening the spine. On your exhale, lunge the left foot between your hands. Stay for an inhale. Exhale your back foot to the top of the mat, and with a long spine, fold over legs. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up and look up. Exhale, release the arms by your sides. Option to heel toe your feet to touch for sun salutations. Inhale, reach up and take a back bend. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Half lift, inhale. Step back to plank and lower to chaturanga, exhale. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale through downward facing dog. And pause for a few long deep breaths, lengthening the spine. On your next inhale, rise to tiptoes and bend deep into your knees. Walk, lunge, or hop to the top of your mat through a half lift. Exhale to fold over legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up, take a gentle back bend. Exhale, hands by your sides, a straight spine. Inhale, reach up, back bend. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Half lift, inhale. Float or step back to plank through chaturanga, exhale. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, press back to down dog and breathe. Let's continue flowing with the breath. On your next inhale, rise to your tiptoes and bend deep into your knees. Walk, lunge, or hop to the top of your mat through a half lift. Exhale, folds over legs. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up to a back bend. Exhale, forward fold all the way down again. Inhale through half lift. Exhale to float or step back to chaturanga. Inhale, presses through upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back to down dog, and hold for a few breaths. Inhale floats the right leg up to the sky. Bend through your knee and open the hip wide to the side. Exhale, steps the right foot between your hands for warrior one. Pivot your back heel down and rise with arms by your ears, shoulders down your back. Sink a little deeper into the front leg. Draw the belly button inward and breathe. On an exhale, press the front leg straight and sweep your arms by your sides. Open your chest to the sky. Inhale through warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Arms in one straight line, shoulders directly over the hips. Sink a little deeper into the front leg if you can, and gaze over your front hand. Inhale through peaceful triangle. Press the front leg straight, back hand to thigh, right arm by right ear. And exhale through triangle pose. Heel toe the back foot in just a little. Lower your right hand down with the option for peace fingers to big toe today. Keep a gentle bend in the front knee and gaze up to your top hand. Just one more big breath in. Exhale to lower your top hand and square yourself over your front leg as you pivot to the ball of your back foot. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, folds over your front thigh. Go as far as you can, breathing long, deep breaths into this variation of pyramid pose. Now, with hands under shoulders, press to a half lift inhale. Then sweep your front leg high to the sky for three-legged dog. Option to flow through chaturanga, right toes high. Inhale, press up, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog and pause for a couple of breaths. And inhale, floats the left toes high. Bend through the knee, open the hip wide to the side. Exhale, lunges the left foot through between your hands, setting up for warrior one, back heel down. Inhale, rise, square your chest to the front. Roll your shoulders away from your ears and lift your heart. Stay for a few more breaths. Now take another big breath in. Exhale, press the front leg straight. Sweep your arms by your sides. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Arms reach in one line. Press your back foot firm into the earth as you sink a little deeper into the front leg. Make sure the front knee is tracking in line with the toes. And breathe. On your next inhale, peaceful triangle, just for a breath. Exhale, triangle pose. Slide the back foot in just a little. Lower your left hand down. Option for peace fingers to big toe. Press firm into your feet and gaze up towards the top hand as long as that feels good for the neck. And breathe long, deep breaths. Pyramid pose. Exhale the top hand down, frame your front foot, pivot to the ball of the back foot, lift the heel, and with a long spine, fold over your front thigh. Let's take a few more long, deep breaths into this hamstring and side hip stretch. All right, now slide your hands under shoulders and inhale, half lift. Then send the left leg high to the sky for three-legged dog. Option, flow through chaturanga with the left toes high. Inhale, upward facing dog, press into your hands. And exhale through down dog. Let's stay for a couple extra breaths. On your next inhale, float the right leg high to the sky. Bend into your knee, drop the heel behind your hip, and open your hips wide. Exhale, lunges the right foot between your hands for side extended. Pivot the back heel down. Option for forearm to thigh or right hand outside the right foot. Top arm reaches up and overhead, lengthening the left side body. Gazing up if that feels good. Now come through peaceful triangle on your next inhale. Press the front leg straight. Extend the top arm by the ear. Exhale back into Warrior Two stance and interlace the fingers behind your back. Inhale to square your chest forward, open your heart. Exhale to bow in for Humble Warrior. Relax the neck and reach your arms overhead to a nice shoulder and chest stretch. Press the back foot firm into the earth and breathe. On your next inhale, press up to Peaceful Triangle. Front leg straight, back hand to thigh, top arm extends by the ear. Through Star Pose, hands touch overhead. Parallel your front foot to match back. Then forward fold, planting the hands under the shoulders. A long spine, inhale. Fold forward as you exhale, walking the hands through between the feet as far back as you can comfortably. Elbows point back, fingertips point forward. Let's spend a few more long deep breaths in widespread foot pose. On your next inhale, plant the hands under shoulders and press to a half lift. Exhale, walk yourself to the top of your mat, pivot on your feet, and send your front leg high to three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale through Chaturanga, option right toes high or both toes high in chin stand. Lower from chin stand. Everybody inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job. Stay for a couple of breaths. Coming through three-legged dog. Inhaling the left toes high to the sky. Bend through the knee, drop the heel behind the hip, and open your hip wide. Level your hips and step the left foot between the hands, side extended. Pivot the back heel down with the option for bottom hand to earth or forearm to thigh. Top arm extends up and overhead, gazing up if that feels good. Peaceful Triangle on your next inhale. Front leg straight. Extend the top arm by the ear to lengthen the side body deeper. Come back to Warrior Two stance through Humble Warrior. Hands behind the back. Open your heart, square your chest forward, and exhale to forward fold inside the thigh. Relax the neck, press firm into your feet, and reach your arms overhead to a shoulder stretch. Inhale through Peaceful Triangle to release the pose. Come through Star Pose. Hands touch, feet parallel. Exhale to fold forward. Option for hands to ankles or peace fingers to big toe. With a long spine, fold. Crown of the head towards the ground to the best of your ability. Draw the belly button in deep and breathe. On your next inhale, plant hands under shoulders and press to a half lift, lengthen. Then pivot to the top of your mat in runner's lunge. This time, step your back foot to the top of the mat with feet hip distance. Catch your peace fingers to your big toes. Bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale through a half lift and exhale through a fold. Elbows wide, shoulders up away from the ears. We'll take a few more long deep breaths in this nice forward fold. Now keep the peace fingers hooked as you press to a half lift inhale. Release the hands and come through chair pose. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Then guide hands to heart. Interlace your fingers and shine your palms up to the sky for a wrist stretch. draw the belly button back. Stay for a breath. Now press the legs straight, reach the palms up, lengthen, and exhale, hands to waist. Now we come through a balance. Shift the weight to your right foot and guide your left knee up with hand to knee, or left peace fingers to big toe. Extend the leg long. Stand tall. On your next inhale, open your leg to the left. Option to release your right arm by your side to help you balance. Focus your eyes on a spot and breathe deeply. Okay, guide your leg forward and flow through airplane pose. Send the left leg back, reach the arms by your sides, chest parallel with the earth, and slowly lunge the left foot back to high lunge. Inhale the arms to the sky. Take a breath. Then lower the back knee to the earth. Low lunge. From here, option to take a gentle back bend. Belly button to spine. Come forward now and plant your hands. Shift back to half splits. Flex through the toes and fold over your thigh to the best of your ability. Stay here for a few more breaths. Now roll forward with hands to the inside of your front foot. Point your toes to the top right corner. Option to stay up on your hands for lizard pose or lower to forearms. We are here for a little while. If the back knee hurts, you can always roll the mat in underneath for extra cushion. Relax your shoulders, your face and jaw, and breathe deep into your right hip. Option for the last few breaths to press the top of your back foot into the earth and lift the back knee, engaging the leg. Stay anchored on long, deep breath. Okay, lower the back knee, press up to hands, tuck your back toes, and step to the top of the mat for malasana, lowering the hips between the heels. Hands at heart, or open your arms wide, using them as leverage to deepen the hip stretch. From here, plant your hands and press your legs straight. Heel toe your feet hip distance. Bend your knees through chair pose. Sweep the arms high. Inhale. Guide hands to heart. Interlace your fingers, then shine your palms up again. Roll your shoulders down your back. Take another big breath in. Exhale, press the legs straight. Reach up, lengthen the spine. And exhale, hands to waist. Now shift your weight to the left foot and lift your right knee. With hand to knee or peace fingers to big toe, extend your right leg to the best of your ability. Stand tall, lift your heart, take a big breath. And on your next inhale, open your right leg to the right. Option to extend the left arm by your side to help you balance. Take another moment here. On an inhale, guide your leg back through center and exhale into airplane pose. Sweep it back. Guide your body parallel to the earth, arms sweep by your sides, extend the standing leg if you can, and slowly lunge back to a high lunge, sweeping the arms high. Inhale. On your exhale, lower your back knee, untuck your back toes. Option, take a gentle back bend. And very slowly plant your hands forward into a lunge, shifting back 2 half splits. With a long spine, fold over your left thigh. Rolling forward now into lizard pose. Hands to the inside of your front foot as you point it towards the top left corner. Option to stay up on your hands or lower to forearms. Perhaps stack your hands under your forehead. Let's take several breaths here, breathing into the left hip. Option to power up the back leg by pressing the top of your foot into the mat, lifting the knee, engaging the quad. Stay for a few more breaths. Gently lower your back knee if lifted. Rise up to your hands. This time, we tuck the back toes, send the front leg high to three-legged dog pose. Inhale. Take any movements that feel good before flowing through chaturanga, perhaps with left toes high or both toes high in chin stand. Lowering down and inhaling through upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice work, everyone. Stay for a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, ripple the spine forward into a plank pose. And exhale, lower to the ground through Sphinx pose, forearms to the earth. From here, guide your left knee out to the side. Your leg is bent at 90 degrees. Now press into your hands, and with the palm up on the left hand, same side as the bent knee, slide it under the right arm. Now lower your head down with the option to use your right hand as a pillow. This pose is all about a gentle opening of the left hip and a deep opening of the left shoulder. We are here for several breaths, so relax where you can relax and breathe. Now slowly press back to your Sphinx pose, sending the left leg straight back behind you. Rolling onto your right hip for side reclined with a leg lift. Use your right hand as a prop. Option to send your feet forward to an angle, but for an extra balance challenge, line them up with your hips. Now lift your top leg and catch your peace fingers to big toe with the top hand. Keep a gentle bend in the knee if you need, guiding the leg a little further overhead if you can, pressing your bottom foot into the earth to help you balance. Beautiful. Now release the pose and make your way into Sphinx, centered on your mat. Now guide your right knee out to the right, 90-degree bend. Press through your hands, and with the palm up on your right hand, slide it under left. Lower your head down again. Option, left hand as a pillow. Breathing deep across your back body and your right hip for several more breaths. Slowly begin to release the pose back to your Sphinx pose, then rolling onto your left side for your side reclined with a leg lift. Again, you can keep your feet angled forward or in line with your hips as you lift your top leg and catch peace fingers to big toe. Press your bottom foot into the earth for balance and breathe. Nice work. Slowly release your top foot to match bottom. Roll back onto your tummy, and with hands by your chest, take your time pressing up and back to child's pose. Big toes touch, hips to heels, head on the earth. We will stay for just a couple of moments, breathing deep across your back. Okay, on your next inhale, rise up to tabletop and make your way into a seated position down the center of your mat with your feet planted out in front, hands under thighs, chin to chest. Slowly roll onto your back. From here, we're going to keep the feet planted hip distance, nice and close towards the hips, close enough that your fingertips can brush your heels, setting up for Setu Bandhasana, the bridge pose. Draw your belly button inward, engaging your core. Then inhale to press your hips towards the sky. Option to hold your ankles with your hands or interlace your fingers, rolling your shoulder blades in towards each other. Press into your feet, chest reaches towards your chin. Slowly release the pose, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Pause for a moment here. Then set up for your second set. Ensure the feet are hip distance with hands by your sides. Draw the belly button inward. Then press into your feet to lift your hips up. And this time, option to reach hands for low back. You can roll your shoulder blades in, make sure you're stacked on your upper arms. Then guide your feet to touch. And lift your right foot up to the sky, pressing into the bottom foot to lift the hips high. Breathe long, deep breaths. Now switch out the legs, planting your right foot, extending the left leg high. Press into your bottom heel and breathe. Now release your top foot to match bottom and very slowly lower all the way down to the ground. Then separate your feet as wide as your mat, letting your knees come to touch. Pause for a moment here, considering your final back bend with either another bridge pose or upward bow, also known as the wheel. Either way, feet are hip distance once again. The belly button is drawing back, engaging the core. And for wheel, the hands plant beside your head, fingertips point towards your feet. On an inhale, lift up off the mat. Breathe long, deep breaths in whichever pose you chose. Very nice, everyone. Time to slowly release the pose. Make your way onto your back, separate your feet, Knock your knees to touch, and with one hand to heart, one hand to belly, soften into the mat with long, deep breath. Take your time before guiding your knees into your chest. With hands to shins, you can gently rock side to side, pressing your low back into the mat. If you'd like, you can exhale forehead to knees for a nice rounding squeeze. Then lower your head and come through happy baby, holding the feet, drawing the knees down on either side of the torso. It might feel nice to rock side to side. From here, cross your right leg in front of your left for Gomukhasana legs. With hands to shins, hug your knees in towards your heart center. Now relax your face and jaw. Let your shoulders melt down and anchor in on long deep breath, sending the breath to your hips. Now cross your legs the other way, with left in front of right, and hug your knees in towards your chest. Relax everything into the mat again and soften deeper with every exhale. From here, we will roll into a supine twist. You have the option to keep your legs crossed or stack the knees instead. Let your knees fall to the right side. Relax your left arm into the ground and gaze over it. We will stay here for several breaths. All right, it's time to switch sides. So lift your knees high, cross them the other way if you'd like, right over left, or keep the knees stacked at 90 degrees with the legs. Let the legs fall over to the left. Allow your head to roll facing the right side. Relax into the mat for the last twist of the practice. All right, now slowly guide your knees back through center and stretch out the body with a long morning stretch. Straighten the legs, point the toes, interlace the fingers, and shine the palms overhead. Take a big breath in, fill the belly and chest, and exhale out the mouth, a cleansing breath. Guide hands behind your head and gently draw chin to chest for a back of the neck stretch. You can look over to the right if that feels good. Then back through center and over to the left. Back through center, slowly lower your head, setting up for a final rest, shavasana. With feet wide, toes falling open to the side, arms melting into the mat. Soften your eyes. Let your head be heavy. Soften your heart, letting the shoulders melt down, arms relaxed. Belly is soft, moving naturally with your breath, as a gentle external rotation from the hips softens the legs into the mat. Let yourself just be, and I will wake you in a few moments. You can begin now to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers, the toes. Gently rock the head from side to side, releasing your neck. And when you're ready, come through one more long morning stretch to lengthen. Guide your knees in towards your chest with hands to shins. Take some rocks from side to side before making your way into a comfortable seated position on your mat. With a tall spine, sweep the hands to touch up and overhead, and guide hands now at heart center. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this practice, And if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up, kindly share it with a friend, and consider subscribing to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Namaste.